video is gonna be about, and it's some period, y'all. So I am on the way to Global Life Park. I am going to be interviewing, well, I'll be in an interview with I think 2 young ladies. I don't know their names yet. One name is Zeddy. I think I'm saying it right. She wanted me to come tell my story, and she is doing like a survival, what is it called? I'm a Survivor is what it's called. But the radio show is called Level Up, and it's in Arlington, so that is where I am on my way to. My mom is driving, of course. I wanted to film this because, first of all, this is going to be my first time ever being on the radio. So this is going to be, you know, cool, neat, or whatever. So I was like, I got to film, you know, I got to vlog y'all and show y'all what I be doing. But yeah, so I'm just, look, mama, there go police.
I'm going the right speed limit too.
I know, my mom was just saying it's police is a bad down here. But anyway, so my bad, y'all. But yeah, so I am on the way to motivate people and encourage people, and you know, do the motivational speaking thing. So yeah,
I said do what you do.
Yeah, I do what I do basically. But I am a little hungry. I'm hungry. And I did my makeup, y'all. I was rushing. My hairstylist styled my hair for me, period. But yeah, so I'm a little hungry, so I'm trying to see, should I stop and get me a little piece of burger or something? Oh, there go Ripley's Believe It or Not. Y'all look at Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not is fun.
I said I was gonna take you over there.
Yeah, we should go. All that wax and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, y'all, so I'm on the way. I'm so excited. I'm a little anxious, but I know, you know, I'm gonna speak well or whatever, but I always get a little anxious. And check out, oh, I gotta show y'all the outfit when I get out. Your girl is cute today, okay? Yeah, y'all, so I guess I want to tune back in once I get there. Maybe I'm gonna stop and get something to eat a little bit, and then yeah, I'll be on the way. So I will come back on the camera once I get there. Oh, that smells good.
Look, people always telling me I smell good. It's always me though.
I'm talking about the lip gloss.
I know, but it be on me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
Okay, y'all, so we about to get to walking. Oh, I gotta put on these tennis shoes.
Baby, hair rub is $6.40.
So this is the outfit for me. Period.
Okay.
Are you here for Shug?
For Level Up?
Level Up there.
Right now myself, so that I don't get disruptive. And then I did
Yeah.
hey, you're gonna sit right here? Yeah.
Her name is Zeddy.
Tips on the way. This is strip. This is Cashmere.
Tamika.
Tamika.
Hi. Great, how are you?
My attention that this month is actually, what did you say? It's National Domestic Violence.
Oh my gosh,
Month.
talk about survivors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So whether it's, you know, an illness or domestic violence or just any hardship or challenge in life, this show is dedicated to you, and you'll want to stay tuned and pay attention to everything. I promise it's going to be amazing. We have a special guest in our studio tonight. I'm so excited about Miss Cashmere Culberson. This girl right here, y'all, is an inspiration. I've watched several of her videos, and she is so motivational and inspirational. She's a native of Dallas, Texas. She's 23, and she has an amazing story. And we just kind of want to hear a little bit about who you are, your story, and just your journey and what you've experienced. And then, we have some questions for you, so we're super excited. So let's get started.
Yes. So hi, my name is Cashmere Culberson. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I was born and raised in Oak Cliff. I am 23 years old.
Oak Cliff?
Yes, period. I am 23 years old. I was born without my arms, which is called bilateral focomelia. I believe that God made me like this. They couldn't find anything that was wrong. They even tested my parents, my grandparents.
Wow.
They couldn't find anything. So this is just God's gift, God's plan. I just graduated also from TWU in Denton. So I have my bachelor's degree
Oh my gosh, we got a graduate in psychology, y'all.
I just graduated.
I got my degree in psychology.
Oh, yes.
We're sisters.
Yes, I just graduated from Denton. That took 5 years or whatever, but
Good job.
yes, thank you. And now I'm a YouTuber, a YouTube creator, so
Yeah.
I do videos to motivate people and uplift people and encourage people. And shout out to my parents because they taught me how to be independent. They pushed me to be independent, and I went through low self-esteem. I went through a couple of things just to accept myself and love myself for who I am. I haven't always been like this, so it's been a journey.
Wow. Well, tell us more about the you've got peaks and valleys. And so kind of tell us from an early age, what was it like with the, as we grow in our awareness of our bodies and what we can and cannot do, at an early age, how did it affect you?
At first, when I was younger, I didn't really know I didn't have arms. But when God sent me to this earth, He knew what He was doing. My mom even had pictures of me holding the bottle with my feet, feeding myself with my feet, so it came natural.
That's awesome.
So that was good. So when I was real young, I didn't notice I didn't have arms until I started to go to school, and kids started to point out like, okay, you don't have arms. And so I remember I was in elementary. I don't remember exactly the grade, but I was real young, maybe like maybe first, second grade. I came home and I was crying and I was like, Lord God, why did you make me like this? And that took me a long time to like get over that, so that's that.
Was there a time you were mad at God?
I was hurt more than anything because I was like, why did you make me like this? When I was so young and I didn't understand. And so but my family, we always had faith in God, you know what I'm saying? So I knew at the time, like as time went by, I started to grow. God showed me like, okay, this is what you're here for. This is what you're gonna do. And this right here, what I'm doing now is my purpose. So yes, I love it. I thank God, to be honest. And I didn't start really growing into myself until my senior year in high school. I was also a varsity cheerleader from middle school to high school. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. So at first when I was cheering, I used to be like ashamed, and so I would wear like the tight garments to hide my shoulders. In my senior year in high school, I said, okay, I'm gonna step outside the box because you can always step back in.
Right.
So I'm gonna step outside the box and try something different. So senior year in high school, I was showing my shoulders, and I started to like, okay, I'm gonna build my confidence. And ever since then, once I went to college, it pushed me to be more independent because I was there, out there by myself and stuff. So it just grew from there.
That's incredible. Okay, you just wowed my brain by saying I stepped out of the box because you can always get back in. Holy moly! I'm going to write that down. That's an incredible statement. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
Noted.
In high school, did you come across any like bully types or anything like that?
Well, the school that I went to, that I graduated from, I went to Life School Oak Cliff.
Okay.
And so the school is not big. It was like a little charter school, but I don't think it's a charter school anymore, I don't think. But while I was there, it was more like verbal bullying.
Okay.
Like people saying, you don't have arms, or how you gonna do this because you don't have arms? Not like physically,
Got it.
you know, and really not bullying, but really like just people being mean. 'Cause
Yeah.
bullying is like it's different than being mean, if that makes sense. Bullying is like, oh, I'm gonna take your lunch money, or I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, you know, and it was more so as of, oh, you don't have arms and you look like this, and you know, you can't do this because you don't have arms, you
It's
know.
kind of a type of verbal abuse
Yeah.
by friends
Mhm.
or acquaintances.
Yeah, so I dealt with that, but my mind and my parents, they taught me to where it's just like, oh, you're not gonna let no one bully you. So yeah, I didn't do like any bullying, like people just gonna hit on me or something, like, oh no, I didn't deal with that. Yeah, because I wasn't playing with that.
You're like,
That's really what I want to know is your mindset. I mean, when did you know, we talked a little bit about awareness. When did you, of course you were aware that, you know, because the other people probably brought it to your attention too, that there was a difference. But where did you say, I'm not going to let anything stop me from doing this or trying this? Like, when I see you, I just see fearlessness. I see strength. I see just a light, you know, and people are drawn to the light, especially if they've been in darkness.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what has your mindset, I mean, to go from that and now a psychologist, I mean, you have to have a shift somewhere that says, I'm not going to be depressed, I'm not going to be down on myself, I'm not going to let anything stop me. Like, when did you become aware of that?
Well, to be honest, I think I always had a drive in me. Because even when I was younger, I remember going to the kitchen and tried to pull out the Kool-Aid pitcher, but it was too heavy, and I dropped the whole thing on the ground, and I was so sad. And my mom said, it's okay, try it again. And that's what I did. I kept pushing. So I think I always had the drive to where it's just like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that because I'm normal. And as far as me not caring what other people said, I'll say my senior year. Well, no. It's like in between high school. I'll say like, okay, I don't care what other people say. I'm going to do this. I can do this. I will do this. So in high school was like the transition of, okay, I'm going to stand up for myself. Nobody's going to talk to me crazy. Because then too, I feel as if people get bullied when people feel as if you're weak. Right. You know, so I always had this like, okay, you're not going to mess with me, or, you know, I can do this and I'm going to do this. So I always had that drive, that push to be like, this is what I'm going to do.
Did you find that people are more intrigued with you and want to ask you questions just because for their own understanding? Did that embarrass you or make you feel, or were you kind of like, well, I'm going to educate you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because some people it's just like a lack of knowledge, you know, because some people think like, oh, everybody's supposed to have arms or legs, and that's not true, you know. So when people asked and people like seen like, oh, she don't have arms, and looked and asked, and while I was in a store or a restaurant, and I'll tell them like, okay, I don't have arms, you know. Now don't get rude. I don't let people get rude, you know. But I don't mind answering questions. I love answering questions. Matter of fact, so
I went to elementary and middle school with a girl that was born without arms and a leg, and she only had one leg, and she used, and I remember as a child thinking how cool she was because of the things that she could do with her foot. I mean, this girl was an amazing artist. I mean, she could write, she fed herself. I mean, she had I guess it was like an aide that would assist her, you know, through school or whatever, and she was probably one of the smartest young girls that I have ever met in my life. And for the life, tried to find her on Facebook, you know, and I can't find her because I want to know, you know, did you become a doctor? She was brilliant, you know, but I mean, and she just had a larger than life personality, and I remember kids would try to, you know, say something to her, and I mean, she was like,
Not having it.
no,
Yeah.
no, you just could not say, I mean, and I just was like, wow, you know, like, I became her friend, you know.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this because we just had a really great conversation during break that you guys missed out on, but that's okay because we're going to recap.
Yeah.
But okay, so I was telling you, you know, when anything's different in life, people I think tend to look and then they feel certain ways, whether that's they feel sorry or they feel empathy
Or pity.
or pity. And I was just telling you, even when I see somebody sitting alone in a restaurant, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if they're lonely, you know? And there's no reason for me to think that beyond the fact that they're just eating by themselves. But kind of tell us, you had some really great remarks during the break on that. So kind of speak to that, what you want people to know about uniqueness.
Okay, so first of all, it is very good and lovely to be different. And I do believe that I want to be so big that when people see people with disabilities, they don't get like a mindset where, oh, I feel bad for them or I feel sad, because people comment all the time and say, I feel sorry for you, and I'm like, but I'm living like the regular life just like everyone else, you know. So even with people with disabilities, even jobs and stuff, I feel as if when people see individuals with disabilities, they automatically think like, oh, okay, well, you can't fulfill the what we need you to do, you know what I'm saying, or fulfill like what you can do. Like, people just limit people with disabilities, which is not fair.
Right.
And
It's not fair at all.
No, and I done went through so many things as far as in going through the drive-through and trying to purchase food, just to get food, and people looking at you're passing the card or the money with your feet, you know. Like, one time this lady slammed the window in my face while I was trying to get my food. I was with my friends and they went off.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah. That's not, you can't like not take money from somebody that's disabled, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Did she recognize you were disabled?
I don't even know. I think so. Yeah, because my friend was like, she doesn't have any arms, and she was still mad. And I was like,
Wow.
oh Lord. Even me going through the ATM drive-through, and I'm pressing the stuff with my feet, just trying to get my money or something, you know.
It's my money.
People behind me recording me, you know, and it's just like, people have to expand their knowledge on everyone doesn't have arms or legs, you know, or some people, they live different, and it's okay, you know, like, you shouldn't limit no one.
Right.
And that's not fair. So that's what I'm standing up for also.
That's
a
awesome.
big change for that.
Yeah,
Right, we shouldn't just automatically assume that just because you don't have arms that you're limited in your ability. You know,
I drive a car.
Right, that's awesome. And I saw you do makeup.
Yes.
She did. She did. It looks good. Do you play any musical instruments?
No, but I done like played the piano before, messed with a guitar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but not really big on music. I think I can kind of sing a little bit, but not really. But yeah.
I've got no musical talent whatsoever. She does, and so she got a large into the gene pool on that. But I always tell everybody I was literally not in the room when God handed out music ability. I was next door.
Okay. I done rode a horse before. Horseback riding. I did
snorkeling. I did zip lining. I did a couple of things. This is summer camp.
That's fun.
When I first came to the world, I thought I was the only person in the whole wide world that didn't have arms.
Mm-hmm.
And as I grew up, I was like, oh, there's a lot of people, But it's this summer camp called Out on a Limb Camp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for people that don't have arms or legs.
Aww,
And y'all, it be individuals that don't have arms, legs, that's riding on the horses, that's swimming,
No way.
everything.
I think that's so good to do. Okay. I think it's so good to do because when I had cancer, they had cancer camp.
Mm-hmm, they
And
have
so
that too.
we all, as cancer kids, went to camp together. And you felt like somebody understood you.
Yeah.
You know, and you could have normal conversations, and you could say, well, this is what's getting me, and that's what's getting me, this is what's happening at school. I mean, I remember I was bald once, and I was at school. No, I was at church, and we were in the big gym. You know, I think we called it the family get-together room or whatever. Anyway, this guy, I won't name him, I still remember his name. I'll never forget his name, ran past me and ripped my hat off in front of everybody. And I always wore a hat because I didn't want to be bald in front of everybody, because everybody stared. And I stood there in, it was a multi-purpose room. I stood there and everybody goes, whoosh, and ran over and grabbed this little boy and brought him over, and I slapped him in the face. And I will never forget that Corey Dodd did that for me. He probably doesn't even remember he did that for me, but I was like, I mean, we just had a small group, and they stood up for me, and your friends did too.
So during the break again, you guys are missing out on so much in our breaks. I started out talking about just what I feel a lot of people are experiencing during COVID. And again, people have experienced this for decades, but I feel like because there's so much loss going on right now, it's highlighted it. It's and so what I feel like is happening is there are so many people that are comparing their situations to everyone else's. And I feel like there's a lot of inner dialogue from people saying, man, my life is not what I thought it would look like, or I thought I would be further along by now. I think that resonates with a lot of people, is when I was a kid or when I was graduating college, when I hit 44, because that's how old I am, I thought I would have this by now. And you can fill in the age, and you can fill in the whatever it is that you thought you would have, but I think it's across the board. And I think that grabs a lot of people and keeps them in the box that you were talking about earlier. And you making such a good point. Fear shouldn't be a factor in stepping out of the box, because you can always get back in. Right. I'm never gonna forget that sentence. And so, kind of talk to us about overcoming fear. I know there are situations that you have gone into that you were like, okay, crap, how's this gonna work out? You know, how am I gonna do this? What are people gonna think of me? And then I know that we don't have that long to go, but we both want you to really tell us some things that you want to encourage our audience, since this is about leveling up and taking more steps in life to become who we want to be, and kind of tell us what you would encourage us to do.
Okay. So first I want to touch on the pandemic situation. So a lot of people have, because this pandemic kind of showed us a job really doesn't need you, you know, like
you're not lying.
And it just showed like, okay,
what's most important?
Everything is going down. Yes, so what do I have?
Right.
So
Oh my gosh, yes.
really this pandemic to me has been a blessing.
Yeah.
Because, well, first of all, I always pray and I ask God to guide me. And when you ask God to guide you, you just be ready for whatever He has for you.
So true.
Yes. So when the pandemic went down, a lot of people, and I don't get on social media like that. I do have a business in social media platform, but I do not scroll because a lot of people do like to compare themselves.
Yes.
Like, I was looking at all the celebrities while we on the pandemic. They going out of town. They're flying on their jets.
They're at their beach houses in Maui.
Like just chilling, and I'm like, it's you can't get to comparing yourself, which is not good.
Right.
Because even like, as far as me going to college, I've been in college for 5 years. It takes people 4 years, 6 years, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And it doesn't matter.
No.
Because you have to stay on your own path. So when you focus on you and stay on your own path, you will be guided in the right direction. You can't focus on everybody else. You have to focus on you.
Right.
So really, what I overcame as well, which was real big for me, is having low self-esteem. I had low self-esteem bad. Like, I could be in 100-degree weather with a jacket on just to hide my shoulders.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was like overrated. My mom used to like, are you hot? And I'm like, no, I'm okay.
I'm
You know,
okay.
yeah. I used to like
Oh,
get
dear.
ashamed and
Yeah.
scared. Like, I don't want people to look at me, you know, or notice. But now I love showing my shoulders. Because I rather
They're
people
beautiful.
to see, thank you. I rather for people to see, like, okay, she don't have arms, instead of trying to figure it out. Because what the sleeves would do, it'll be like, okay, does she have arms?
Are they inside?
Are they inside her shirt? You
Yeah,
know,
right.
people would do that. And people will sometimes grab me just to see, like, does she have
No
arms? Or she
way.
Yes, I've been through crazy experiences, yeah. People will, like, grab
Oh,
my
my
shoulders,
word.
like,
No, ma'am.
trying to see, yes. And I'm like, I don't have arms. I'm telling you I don't. Just to believe what I say, you know. So what I really overcame was my low self-esteem. Because now I have the best, highest confidence ever.
You can
know.
see it. You radiate confidence.
I really prayed for that. So what I would say,
You survived yourself.
yeah,
Wow.
most definitely. So what really changed me and leveled up was me and God's relationship. That's like literally all I can say. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause He's all I know. Like, and it had to be part of me as well. You know, He could only do so much because He already knew who I was right when He brought me here. You know, so I had to be like, okay, well, let me step outside the box and let me get confident. And I noticed once I started to have confidence in myself, people around me started to notice it.
Right.
And people started to be like, oh, she's normal.
Oh my gosh, it was a ripple effect.
How you treat yourself is how other people are going to treat you. If they see you have low self-esteem, they're going to treat you like that, you know.
Oh my gosh.
That's big. So
That's a mic drop right there.
yeah, so that's what I had to figure out. Like, okay, once I started to have that confidence, people was like, oh, okay. And people see if I have confidence and I don't have arms, which is not something you could fix, not something that's going to grow. So if I can have it, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? So that was big for me.
That's a huge example.
It is a huge example.
And so as far as the pandemic, before the pandemic happened, I was praying, asking God to guide me and this and that. And a couple things started to fall apart. But for the other things to come together, you know what I'm saying? So I think people just focus on like, oh, this is falling apart, this is not happening, I wanted this to happen, I planned this to happen, but you have to let God control your life.
Oh, girl.
It's not gonna go the way you think, you know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, then we'll just, I don't know, it won't be good.
We're gonna be consistently disappointed.
Yeah, no,
Right.
seriously. So once I said, okay, God, I'm gonna let you just take the role, even when I was out of town a month ago, and my parents, I left my car here, and my car got hit. And my dad said, your car got hit. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to make the best out of it. Like, okay, it'll get fixed, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to just turn something negative to positive quick, you
That's
know?
good.
And your mindset is everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, even I tell people that's going to college, like, if you go in there with the mindset that you're going to finish, you're going to finish.
Yep.
So I really push that. So these are my 3 things that I feel as if people should level up on.
All right.
That's going to get you to that level.
So I heard you say one was
Relationship with God.
relationship with God
Level up on your relationship with God.
and trust the journey.
Trust your journey.
Trust His journey.
His journey. Yeah.
Because our journey sometimes gets us off track.
Mm-hmm.
And then mindset.
Your mindset.
That your mindset makes all the difference.
Yes.
Because you said it wasn't until I started walking in confidence that everybody else saw me in confidence. That's incredible. That's incredible.
That is incredible.
Cashmere, you are a light, and I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for what the journey is in front of you and what God has for you.
Well, and
it's a
thankful
blessing.
that you've learned your identity in Him,
Yes.
because you don't let other people, you know,
limit me or tell me
Right.
who they think I am
or
what
who
I
you should be.
Mhm.
Right. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Well, tell us one more time where to find you.
Yes, subscribe to It's Kashmere on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Is there anything that you're working on, like books or?
I am gonna come out with my books. One of my biggest goals is to be a billionaire, multi-billionaire, and also too, I will have a couple of books out. I will have my own TV show, my own reality show, and I will be speaking at big convention centers.
Motivational speaking.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, we will support you, girl.
Thank
Yeah, we
you. Thank
will.
you so much.
And thank you guys for joining us tonight. I would definitely subscribe to Cashmere because it's going to rock your world and bring your mindset to a whole new level. And that's what we're here to do is level up.
Yeah.
So thank you again. And guys, always join us on Thursday nights at Level Up with Tiffany and Zeddy from 7 to 9.